good evening and welcome to the Soil Show. And today in this video, we're going to talk about like driverless cars in China. How much is it exactly growing over there? And I think China is doing an remarkable job when it's come to growing the, like you can say driverless car industry, and especially the number one I would say is Apollo Go. Like Apollo Go is just now a rising star in China because it is providing approximately, like drivers a very, very, very cheap, you can say ride. They have to pay around like 1 point few yuan, like the Chinese currency, just for 15 or 20 minutes ride. It is very cheaper. And this is what's going on now in China. China was expected to grow is, like carless business or electric vehicles around the world, especially in the US, if it wouldn't get a lot of tariff from Joe Biden. Joe Biden put approximately 100% tariff on China exportation and more things. So now China is not even thinking to export its business in America because like putting 100% tariff on any industry can push them think about 100 times. And China also decided to do business with European Union, but I believe European Union is also the follower of America, and then they also put enormous amount of tariff on Chinese company. So now, as I said about Apollo Go, if autonomous cars are supposed to make life easy, then Apollo Go, the taxi unit of Baidu, Apollo Go is the taxi, you can say, unit of Baidu, a Chinese tech giant, still has work to do. When your correspondent tested his service in the city of Wuhan, he had to find his way to a designated pickup location and end his journey at an approved driver spot. More like just more like taking a bus than a cab. Yet Apollo Go, which launched in Wuhan in 2022 and has since expanded to 10 other Chinese cities, has been a hit. Its service has carried out 6 million rides nationwide since launching. It now has more than 400 driverless cars on the road in Wuhan, and like plans to have 1,000 running by the end of this year. Chinese car makers, including Hongqi and Arcfox, make the vehicles for Baidu, which provides the technology. Most of its car in Wuhan have level 4 autonomy, which means they do not require or they do not need human intervention in most situations on the road, but can get model in areas such as parking garage, which might explain why it asks customers to trudge through the city's sweltering heat. The reason Apollo Go has, like nevertheless gained such favor with Rice is just to, like astonishingly cheap. Your correspondent 11 minutes pin cost just 9.8 for yuan. In 11 minutes, you have to pay just $1.35. Such fares are possible thanks to the largest of Baidu, which is covering around 60% of the cost of a ride. That is not sustainable, but thanks to plummeting cost, the company reckons is robotaxing in Wuhan will break even by the end of the year and turn a profit in 2025. Drivers account for about half of the total cost for a conventional ride hailing service, but an assortment of other expenses associated with autonomous vehicles, from maintenance and cleaning to sensor and and most importantly the software on which they run have to so far prevented them being a cheaper substitute. Baidu says that changing in May, it unveiled its sixth generation vehicle, which costs less than half the previous model, and plans to upgrade the fleet in Wuhan, China. As the business has expanded, the supply chain has matured. The Baidu has been able to spread the cost of developing and updating its technology over more vehicle. But one group that is absolutely worrying about their job because people are about to lose their job. About 10 million people are employed as KVs in China. Of those, about 7 million work for ride hailing firms. In many cases, after losing their job in another industry, it is unclear how sympathetic China's government will be they applied. The country's leaders are eager to gain an edge in emerging industries. Local officials are already competing for business. In June, the city of Beijing drafted a new set of guidelines for autonomous driving, the HSBC. A bank says will make regulations of the industry more transparent and predictable. One group that is not thrilled by the success is one's cavies when asked whether taxi drivers' jobs will be affected. One insists that is already happening. Another driver says he admires his job will be stolen. Like last month, a taxi company in the city published on an open letter warning of the threat that autonomous cars poses to employment. Elsewhere, effort to develop robotaxis have stalled. Last year, General Motors, an American car maker, suspended operation across its robotaxi business after one of its cars injured a pedestrian in San Francisco, leading California to revoke its license to operate in the state. On July 23rd, it said it would relaunch the service in Dallas, Houston, Phoenix, but with like a human survivors in the vehicle. That same day, Tesla, America's electric vehicles giant, said it would punch back the unveiling of its robotaxi from August to October. In May, China's government offered to let the company test a service in the country. If it does, expect more hand wringing from China taxi driver. The main point is here Tesla is also in competition, and Tesla is building a lot of car now, but it's still far behind than Japanese companies like Toyota and many more though. But still Tesla is really giving a good competition. Just why? Because America has banned Chinese cars on America. They are not banned directly, but if they really want to sell the car, they have to sell it in a very less amount, which will not be possible for the Chinese company. And that's why Donald Trump in a speech said very clearly, like allowing Chinese companies doing business in America, it is like something killing your own national and international companies over there. So there are many American companies may have died. Just why? Because America allow like Chinese companies to walk over there. That's why Joe Biden government had put approximately 100% tariff on, you can say, China exportation of like electric vehicles, driverless car over there. I think the biggest problem, like you can say this car company could face, which is like human safety. For example, how they are exactly going to regulate this car. As you have heard just recently, I told you there was an accident in San Francisco where this driverless car hit a one pedestrian, and that person got very, like injured. And when the person got very badly injured, now people are claiming their driverless car are not safe. This car could run. I'm not saying it cannot be run, like on the roads, but when it will be running on roads, the what would happen? Mostly the problem we would face, that is like these cars will struggle, especially on parking lots. How are you exactly going to park these cars on garages? How this car is going to understand like where they should exactly get stopped? For example, like if this car was be programmed in such way that you have to stop in certain area, so that might not be an easy way for this car to get stopped in the areas where it has not been programmed for. So now we have to understand it very deeply. And the second reason is like unemployment issue. Many more people are going to like get taken over. Their jobs are gonna take over by this electric vehicle. Just imagine, like currently 10 million people are getting employed in China, and just imagine if this car will be launched in your country, if it will be launched in my country, India, it will be very chaos for us. As recently, Indian government has launched a scheme that if a person got hit by a car or met with an accident on Indian road, that person will get cashless treatment, like at Indian hospitals. So just imagine how these things are really gonna hurt those people whose family is just running by, like running by just like their profession, which is like driving. So there are many more people who are gonna lose their job. Just why? Because these cars will be driverless, and I believe like these cars will not be driverless this soon because we are not ready to adopt this technology. Because when you ask to most of the drivers, they are not even ready to adopt the advanced technology like you can see on cars. And even I have seen the old modded, the like old modded or impasse drivers are struggling to understand the new technology of cars and many more stuff though. So according to me, I think like it would be very great to just see like how people are going to struggle to understand a new technology. So far Tesla is doing a enormously amazing and astonishingly amazing job, astonishingly amazing job, I would say. But this Chinese company, Apollo Go, is also doing amazing. 1,000 car is expected to run on one city by 2025, as I told you, and they are developing a new model of this car that would be more cheaper than the previous one. So congratulations to China, which is doing this enormously remarkable job. So the biggest concern of China now is to not producing this car in China, because I think that would be good to produce these cars in China, but spreading these Chinese companies, like among the European nation and among the American, you can say states, and even the like in Asian countries, will be challenging for China as it has been imposed a lot of sanction, levy, and many more things by American company. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is what I exactly wanted to explain. Do not forget to, like hit the subscribe button, like this video, and please tell me your opinion, what you think in the comment section. Thank you very much for stopping by. Have a good day.